So let us first simply talk about what exactly recursion is. And even before that, we have to talk about the prerequisite for a recursion implementation. So prerequisite for recursion is you must be familiar with what exactly a call stack is. You must be very familiar with a return statement. So these are the two must-have things that you should be familiar with before starting the recursion. So if I tell you what is the meaning of recursion, that simply means that a function calling itself. This is the simple meaning or the definition of recursion. Function calling itself. Okay. So before implementing the recursion part, first we have to understand these two things. Then we'll be able to understand the working of recursion. All right. So first, let's talk about working of call stack with the return statement. So what exactly these two things are. Let's say there is a method. Let's name it as void function 1. Then there is a method known as function 2. And there is a method known as function 3. So I have three functions, function 1, function 2, and function 3. And I'm simply going to print just that this is function 1. This is function 2. And this is function 3. Now, from main, I'm going to build the object of call stack first. And then I'm going to call obj dot function 3. So we'll be calling the function 3 method first. Okay. So first of all, we have this class known as call stack. And after that, I have created three functions, function 1, function 2, and function 3. From function 3, I'm going to call function 2. From function 2, I will call function 1. This is how we are going to call them. Simple enough. So how exactly your program is going to work? So the very first thing, it is going to create the object in from the main. After creation of the object, each and every call goes inside one thing known as stack. Okay. In memory, it is going to build a thing known as stack. What exactly stack is? Stack is another data structure. That is another kind of a data structure we have. So it simply works on a principle LIFO, that is last in, first out. It means once JVM calls the main method immediately goes to the stack. Okay. Now from stack, you are creating the object and you have called function 3. So the second statement will be inserted function 3. Now once we insert function 3 calls function 2. So it is going to store in the stack function 2. And function 2 actually calls function 1. Okay, it is going to call the function 1. So on top, we have function 1. So first we are calling function 3, then it will call 2, then it will call 1. So on the top of the stack, we have the function 1. So function 1 is going to be the executed first. The first function that is going to be executed is the function 1, because this is how exactly stack work. So first it is going to push, then push, and then push one by one. So first main is pushed in the stack, then 3, then 2, then 1. Now it is going to pop them out. So it is going to pop this, then this, then this. So this is how it is going to work. So in order to understand this thing practically, we will simply do one thing. We will debug. Let's click here to create a breakpoint, here and here and here. Okay. So I have three functions, and now let's click on start debugging. So you can see left side, there is one thing known as call stack. Okay, we can see that there is a call stack. Inside call stack right now, I have only one thing, that is the main method. Inside our stack, there is only right now one thing, that is the main method. So main method is now in our stack memory. Let's proceed. Now you can see in stack another function is pushed, that is function 3. Function 3 will not be executed because it is going to call function 2. Then it is going to call function 1. Now you can see in your call stack. See, in your call stack, what do we have? Main, then 3, then 2, and then 1. Now finally, the function 1 will be executed. Then function 2 will be executed. Now you can see from stack, function 1 is being popped out. We don't have function 1 anymore inside our call stack. Then function 2 is executed. It is also popped out from the stack. Then function 3 is executed. It will be popped out of the stack, and finally main will be executed, and once main will be popped out from the stack, program will be stopped. So this is what call stack is. I hope that is simply clear to you what exactly a call stack is, how simply it works. Now the second thing is return statement. Another thing that we have to talk about is the return statement. So right now we have call stack available. In the call stack, we simply have inserted our calls one by one. But now, in order to work with recursion, we must be familiar with the return statement as well. Let's take one example. To understand the return statement, why it is mandate. Suppose there is a method here. And if I call this method itself, and now from here we are going to call function. Now just imagine what exactly is going to happen. And let's print here something. Okay. Now if I'm going to execute this program, then it will be like it is going to execute n number of time because there is no stopping of the recursion right now. It is going to execute until our stack gets full. Okay. So in our stack, first of all, main will be pushed. It is because the first function will be called as the main. Now main calls the function. Function calls the function, and function calls the function. Keep on doing this until my stack gets full. It is going to keep on call this function. If you want to execute, run. So it is now keep on calling the recursion, and at the end we have one error, the stack overflow. Okay, so terminal is not able to show the complete calls, but this is the main error that it shows that your stack is full. It cannot store more than those number of calls. So that's why we need to get out of the stack. So in order to get out of the stack, we need return statement. Now simply you just have to understand when you want to return from the function. There must be some sort of a condition which is known as a base case. Okay, so what is the meaning of base case word? Base case simply means that there is a condition. Whenever this condition will be executed, our function will stop. It will start returning from there. Okay, so let's say I have one variable int n, and I'm saying that if n becomes 0, then return from here. And by default, I keep on doing this n minus 1, and initially I have passed 5. Let us now execute this and also print the value of n variable and see how many times it gets executed. Just look at this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Isn't it like a for loop in reverse? So exactly it's just like a for loop working instead of loop, we are just using recursion. So any question that could be implemented using recursion can also be implemented using loop, or any question implemented using loop can be implemented using the recursion. So we can see here in the output 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because first of all, what exactly happened? The very first thing was in our stack, we have this main method. After main method, we have function 5. Now, when we call F5, it checks the condition. If n is double equals to 0, it says return, but n is 5. So it prints 5. Okay, it prints 5. Then we decrease the value of 5 by 1, so it becomes 4. So it calls F4. So it prints 4. Then it calls F3. Then it is going to call F2. Then it is going to call F1. And finally, it is going to call F0. Okay. Now, once it calls F0, and already 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is being printed on the output screen. So when it calls F0, finally we saw there is a return statement. So it returns immediately back to this call. This is known as fall back. This is known as fall back. So it returned to the back to this. So n becomes 1. Now it keeps on returning and keeps on doing fallback. Okay, so fallback means it clear out the stack. It pops all the calls one by one, because whenever it's the return statement, it will immediately get out of the stack. So this is how it works. So first it gets into the stack like this. Okay. But whenever it see there is a base case means there is the case whenever you want to return from your recursion calls. So it simply see there is a base case and use return statement to get out of the stack. So it immediately fall back. So this is why we need the return statement. Right now, I'm not returning anything. I'm simply using a return keyword. Later on, we have to return some value from our function. Right now, we are just using the return keyword as it is. But this is why return statement is must have for us with recursion.